Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks for joining me. Today I get to share with you a project for LDRS Creative, and we are using one of the brand new stamp sets from their release called Panda Play. It has super cute little pandas in here, and I've mentioned this before that I love pandas, and the nice thing about them is you don't have to do much coloring. They're already colored for you. So we're going to stamp the two pandas that are looking up in the sky, and then we're also going to stamp the moon here. I'm going to place it right next to the pandas, and then we're going to use that upper portion of our cardstock panel here. Okay, these are the three images we're going to use. I'm just going to place my panel inside my MISTI, and we're going to pick it up with the lid of our MISTI, and then ink up our images with my Raven ink pad. We have to ink it up a few times because there are some solid areas, and usually when you have a solid area stamp, the MISTI comes in handy because you can stamp as many times as you need to get that nice crisp black solid image. And I think those pandas are adorable. Okay, these are ready to go. Now I'm not going to do much coloring to them, but the Raven ink pad does stay wet a little bit longer than normal ink pads. It's a hybrid ink pad. So what I like to do is just use my heat gun and go over my images. There's been a few times where I've went in directly and colored with my Copic markers, and that color's bled a little bit. So it's important to dry that ink first. But to color in that moon, I'm going to use a few of my yellow Copic markers, and then I listed it up in the corner for you. And then I did use my C1 just to do a little bit of shading over my pandas. Now this set does have coordinating dies, and I happen to have them. So I'm going to go ahead and line them up and then tape them down, and we'll just run those through our die cut machine. So our little pandas are ready to go. Now I'm going to use the top portion of this panel. I'm going to treat it with my anti-static powder bag, and then we're going to do some heat embossing. In the stamp set there's three little stars. I'll just pick those up, and then we're going to stamp them with my Watermark ink. You could do this before or after. I think if you did it after, your stars would be a brighter white, but to me it didn't matter. Most of the stars were hidden behind our little pandas, but I just wanted the effect there. But I stamped them 4 times, a little bit towards the middle of this panel. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab some scratch paper, and we'll add some white embossing powder to our little stars. We'll just tap off the excess, pour this back into our container, and then we'll go ahead and turn our heat gun on, and we'll just melt that embossing powder. It's a little bit hard to see because it is white on white. But when you tilt it after it's melted, you can kind of see where I positioned it. Kind of in a plus shape. Okay, that's ready to go. Now I brought in my craft mat, and we're going to use 3 different inks to create a night sky background. On the bottom here, I'm going to add my Raven. It's the black ink. Just using my blending tool and adding a little bit of color. And then we're going to lighten it up a little bit with my blue ink. This is called dark wash jeans. No, it isn't. I'm sorry. That's the last color I'm going to use. This is a purple ink that is called Plum Crazy. This top color is the dark wash jeans. So I'm just adding those 3 colors. And I think that looks great. Okay, I'm going to die cut out a heart with the very top of my panel here. Before we do that, I'm just taking my cloth and going over my just basically removing the ink from my stars just so they're brightened up a little bit. Okay, I'm using the Stitched Hearts die set, the largest, and this will fit a horizontal card or a vertical card. Today we're going to make a landscape style card. So I just die cut that out, and so that's ready to go. Now for my background, I'm going to grab another piece of white cardstock, and then I'm going to bring in some green ink. This is Olive Branch, and I'm just doing a small section, and I'm not worried about it being blended together. I don't mind the two-tone look. but I'm just going to cut down a few strips that vary in sizes and widths. And then once I have those trimmed down, I'm going to use my scissors and angle off one of the ends. Basically, it's going to be the top end of these. In the stamp set, there was a small leaf flourish that was bamboo leaves, and so I thought it'd be fun to create some bamboo stalks to go with those leaves. So that's what we're doing here. I'm going to go ahead and add a very thin line of glue behind each one of these, and then I'm going to adhere them, kind of evenly spacing them directly on my card base. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I used 7 strips in total. Now I'm going to take that little leaf, and using my same olive branch ink, I'm just going to add some leaves here and there along my little bamboo stalks. I'm not worried about the middle too much because we're going to put the heart right in the center. But I think this is the perfect way to create your own little bamboo stalks. Okay, once this is done, I went ahead and add foam adhesive behind my heart. This is going to go directly in the center. Lovely. And then we're going to take our 2 pandas, we're going to add foam adhesive behind them, and then we're also going to take our moon and add some smaller foam adhesive behind there. I'm not going to adhere them just yet. I kind of want to play around with my placement. And then this way I know where to put my sentiment, basically. In the stamp set, there is a sentiment that says, "I'm over the moon for you." So we'll take that, I'll ink that up with my Raven ink, and then stamp that on white cardstock, and then just block it off. We're going to add a piece of foam adhesive behind our sentiment here. We'll just remove the release paper and add that basically to the bottom of our heart. We need some place for our pandas to be sitting on, and I thought the sentiment would be great. Now we can remove the release paper off of them and kind of evenly space them in the center of the heart. And then we'll add our moon to the right here. And I think that looks so sweet. We're going to shimmer up that moon with my shimmer pen. And then in the background of the heart, I'm going to go ahead and add some silver stickles. Just teeny tiny dots to where it looks like little background stars that are glistening. And then that is my card for today, guys, using the LDRS Creative Panda Play stamp set. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you a fabulous day, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.